Hey everybody, Jedi here, coming to you from the thriving metropolis of Rochester, New York, as always. And today I want to talk to you about why am I hiking the Appalachian Trail, through hiking the Appalachian Trail, and why am I doing it now? I had mentioned in one of my other videos that my wife and I talked about doing it after we retire, right? We don't have any cares about work and whatnot, and we'll have more money saved for retirement, and it'd be an ideal time to do it. So, no gear talk today. No talk about tips and tricks or Appalachian Trail planning, just about why I'm doing this trip and why I'm doing it now. So if that doesn't interest you, don't watch. Okay, go watch one of my other gear videos or something that that's more of your interest. So as I mentioned in one of my other videos, if you haven't seen it, I'll just bring you up to speed quickly. My wife and I had done a couple section hikes of the AT. We did the Grayson Highlands and the Rowan Highlands, each about a 50-mile stretch, and we said, wow, this is great. We talked to a lot of other thru hikers and, saw a lot and just decided, one day when we retire, we're going to do the Appalachian Trail. Well, a number of things have happened since then that have kind of altered my trajectory as far as that goes. One is that I come from a very small family. So in November of 2020, one of my aunts died. And then in January of 2021, my other aunt died. So both of my aunts, I only had two aunts. They both passed away. And then in August of 2021, my father died. So, if I add up everyone I'm related to, my kind of immediate family by blood, that's, aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, siblings, parents, etc. A little over a year ago, I had 12 people who I was related to. Now I have 9. Okay, small family. All right, I don't have a lot of extended. I have one uncle. I have no grandparents. My grandparents are all deceased. I have one uncle, no aunts. I have 4 cousins. One of my cousins is deceased. I have one niece, and I have 2 sisters, and I have a mother. That's it. So small family. So having 3 people in my family die, within 9 months of each other, that was 25% of the people I'm related to. So that was kind of a wake-up call. And my dad dying was another wake-up call. And then when my mother and I were going through my dad's things, I found some things that triggered a memory. I had this memory of when I got home from Philmont Scout Ranch, which my parents sent me to when I was 14. It was my first trip away from home for any length of time by myself without either of my parents there. I had just turned 14. I mean, like a couple of weeks before I went on this trip, I turned 14. And I was a scrawny kid. I didn't weigh 100 pounds till I was 14, which is hard to believe now. But I got back from that trip, and my dad was excited to hear all about it and was asking me, what had happened, here, what happened there, tell me about this, tell me about that. And I have a distinct memory of him saying to me, someday I would love to hike the Appalachian Trail with you. And I had no idea what he was talking about. I was 14, the Appalachian Trail. I thought he meant something in the Adirondacks, so I probably said something like, oh, great, Dad, let's do it later this summer, pick a weekend. I had no idea that it was this trail from Georgia all the way up to Maine, over 2,000 miles. And I never thought another thing of it, and he never mentioned again that I remember. So I mentioned that to my mom. I said, geez, I have this memory, because we were going through his things, and he had a lot of scouting stuff. My dad was an adult scout leader right up until he could no longer do it when dementia set in. He, in fact, earned the Silver Beaver, which is the highest award that an adult scout leader can earn, the Silver Beaver Award. He also founded a scout museum in upstate New York, which it's an amazing museum, actually. I couldn't believe it when I went to visit it for the first time. He was one of the founders of that. Any event. So I said to my mom after we found some of the stuff, and I said, this is triggering a memory of Dad saying he wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail with me. Isn't that weird? And my mother goes, oh, well, your father did try to hike the Appalachian Trail. And I was like, what? When did this happen? So apparently, and my mother didn't remember a lot of the details, but apparently after I was grown and out of the house, my dad took early retirement. He was in the school system. He was an educator and a school administrator, business manager for the school, handled the school budgets and stuff. He was burned out on it, and they offered him early retirement, and he took it and ran. So when he was about probably not pretty close to what age I am now, he and a friend decided to hike the Appalachian Trail. Well, long story short, my dad got injured. He injured his ankle and had to get off the trail, and that was the end of that dream. He never went back and tried again. I don't know why. He didn't go back and try again. He never talked about it that I remember. I don't remember him ever saying, hey, I'm going to be on the Appalachian Trail for a while, so, help your mother out if you can. Nothing like that. I was living out on the West Coast. He was in Syracuse, New York, and I'm out there in Los Angeles, so I couldn't have, done anything anyway. I was doing my own thing, so I was kind of out of it. I didn't know what they were up to. I didn't know that he had attempted this. So that was like, whoa, right? So then some other things happened. A guy at work who started at the same time I did. In fact, we were in orientation together. He died. My exact age. He was within a year of me. Just one morning, died. And then I have a friend from college who had to have brain surgery. Had a tumor. Seems like he's going to be okay. So knock on wood. And just other people. There's just been a lot of sickness. My brother-in-law got prostate cancer and had to have an operation. He seems like he's going to be okay. There's just been a lot of people getting serious illnesses or people dying. That's really kind of made me go, whoa, what am I doing here? Why am I waiting? So that all is a factor. Also, I have some physical things that are going to make it more and more difficult as the years go on to do something like this. I've had plantar fasciitis a couple times. First time I was able to cure it on my own. Second time I had to go to a podiatrist. I had to get steroid shots in my foot, which was one of the worst things I've ever had. Terrible. Getting a needle in your heel with steroids was not pleasant. So there's that. I have bone spurs in both my thumbs. I had an operation on this thumb to remove a bone. And then they do something with a ligament or a tendon to kind of, sew everything back together. It's okay. It's better than it was. It's not great. It still hurts sometimes, and I can't put a lot of weight on it. Like if I try to do a push-up, you can see this heel of my hand here versus this one. See that little? This one? It's missing this little bump right here. I don't know if you can see that. But I also have the bone spur in this hand. I'm right-handed, so I wanted to do my left hand first in case something went wrong, and then I wouldn't be screwing up my good hand. But eventually I'm going to need probably a surgery on this hand as well. Eyes are going worse and worse every year as you get older. I have to get new glasses every couple of years. And my last few backpacking trips, I feel it. I feel the shoulders, I feel the hips really bad. The hips, my hips don't almost never hurt, but backpacking, yeah, it's tough to get comfortable at night, and I don't sleep well on the trail oftentimes. Knees hurt a little bit, ankles and feet hurt a little bit. So all these things added up, and there's other things going on too, but those were the big things. Just seeing other people I know or am related to dying or getting serious illnesses and having to have surgeries, and then me myself starting to experience some of these physical ailments. So I basically told my wife, I think I need to do this now, or I'll never get it done. So I'll talk in another video about how we made this work as far as financially, and having only one of us working, and with the benefits, and how does that work, and having one person take care of things around the house, and all those kind of logistics that we had to put in place. But I just wanted to share with you why I'm doing it this year. And it's basically a case of better now than never, or if not now, when, if ever. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, bye. Take care.